Hey, you guys. So, I have a couple of somewhat disjointed Sunday thoughts, like intention for the week thoughts that I am going to try to bring together in some sort of unified way. So, you let me know how it goes. But I feel like there is a connection, and I think that they are really empowering thoughts for the week ahead. So, the first is on joy and appreciation. I am in the pro I am in the process of moving right now from one apartment and studio and city to another nearby studio and city. And I have found that I am resistant to leave the old studio. And it's not that it's better or anything like that. It's that I fear that I didn't appreciate being there enough. And I think this is a very common wake up call whenever any of us experience. Very happy to have all you guys, by the way. I think it's a very common experience when a chapter in our life ends, especially if it's abruptly, that thank you, home is home. I know, but I feel like there weren't necessarily I didn't necessarily appreciate being there enough. And when chapters in our life end abruptly, I think a lot of us have that experience where we're like, hey, Vernon, we're like, I didn't know that was going to be my last time to be in that place. Or my last time to like have a conversation around that water cooler at that job. Or I didn't know that was going to be my last time to see that person. And I mean, that's sort of a dramatic example, but like everything about today, our relative youth, we'll be older tomorrow than we are today. And where our relationships are, like all of these things are always evolving and changing. And I feel like, if I'm totally fair, I think I did appreciate the studio a lot, but I feel like I could have appreciated it so much more. And I think that that is the greatest one of the greatest sources of regret in life. Realizing that we haven't been as present as we could have been, and realizing that we didn't appreciate things as much as we could have, knowing that everything is temporary, no matter how much it doesn't always feel that way in the moment. So, my intention going forward for the week, having kind of confronted this and seen this and kind of dealing with that bittersweetness of loss and change, is to make a commitment this week to be more present as I can be, 1 second at a time, and to really appreciate what's happening, and even if it's a challenge, be like, okay, this is temporary, and there's something here to learn and to be grateful for. Because when things change, I think that's another layer of sadness that we don't need, to be like, man, and I wasn't even present while it was happening, or I wasn't grateful. So that's one Sunday thought I'm going into the week with, and I think we'll have happier weeks if we all are present and appreciate what's going on. And another thought I want to float your way: if you are a person who believes in divine order, if you believe in the universe or higher power or God, that things aren't just random, I want to encourage you to draw on that source even more. I love the idea in A Course in Miracles that we don't ask this source, we don't ask God for too much, we ask God for too little. And I think it takes an amount of humility and maturity to kind of like remember to be a 3-year-old spiritually, and like ask for help and ask for transformation whenever we need it. A friend of mine was sharing some challenges with me yesterday, and he kept saying, like, I'm being so tested right now. I'm being so tested. And I finally said to him, like, I know this sounds really simplistic, but have you thought about just like taking this to prayer? I'm sure he's prayed about it, but being like, look, I get it. I'm being tested right now. What is being asked of me? What are you asking me to change or to see? Because sort of the AA idea, like, I've come this far on my own and I get I'm being tested. So what are you asking me to change? And like being very humble about it and very direct about it. And he was like, his mind was kind of blown. And he was like, have you done this? Like, what, what? And I have, and I do it often. And it isn't usually like a lightning bolt, and I hear a voice and whatever. It's very internal and quiet. But the definition of miracles in A Course in Miracles I really love. And that is that we have every right to ask for a miracle, which is essentially transformation. It's a change in perception. And the idea is that when we ask, a miracle will come, and it may not come in the way we expected or even thought we desired, but it will come, and we will recognize it by how we feel. In spite of everything, we will feel at peace. So that's my thought to leave you with, or two thoughts. So, to appreciate the moment and to be present, and to surrender and call on transformation whenever you recognize a need for it. Thank you for joining me, you guys. Have a great week, and let's see how this goes, okay? Bye-bye.